Friday. That means Trish Rout from Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers is here for Fugitive Friday. Even though it's a holiday weekend,
For
there are
some.
bad guys and gals out there, right?
They don't take days off, and hey,
No.
neither do we. So who do we have on the list today?
New year, new batch of people, and
Unfortunately.
but we're starting off our list for the first Friday of the new year with a repeat offender who has spent the last several years wreaking havoc in our community. A brand new warrant for the arrest of Yaroslav Medina was just issued after he violated terms of his probation following an arrest for 2 counts of drug possession. Deputies say Medina's latest legal issue started when he was pulled over for a traffic stop in the early morning hours. He was unable to produce any kind of ID, but what officers did find were a couple of baggies of fentanyl and meth on him. He spent about a month behind bars and ultimately pled guilty to the charges. He was sentenced to 24 months of state probation, but just a few short months later, the 26-year-old bailed on his last known address and has been in the wind since early December. Medina has 6 priors for charges of burglary, grand theft, resisting, dealing in stolen property, and battery. In addition to his local arrest, Medina has also been sent to prison twice. Detectives say he has links to gang members and has a noted history of violence. Medina is 6'2", 185 pounds, and is known to move between Pine Manor and Lehigh. He has several tattoos, including the Virgin Mary on his right arm, a money bag on his left arm, and tears and various symbols inked on his face. Next up is a Lehigh Acres lawbreaker who's been on the run for the last few months after violating multiple terms of her probation on the heels of an arrest for drug possession. Deputies are on the hunt for Jessica Mercado, who was originally busted during a traffic stop with several baggies of the highly addictive and potentially fatal drug fentanyl. Mercado is a frequent face at the Lee County Jail with 6 priors here, paired with additional arrests in the Orlando area. Among the priors on her record are charges of child neglect, where she left 4 very young children home alone while she was out and about for 11 hours in the middle of the night. Detectives say Mercado had also previously given her children high doses of melatonin so that they would sleep through her extended absences. Her current legal problems arose after she violated her probation by moving without providing a forwarding address, leaving in the middle of a drug test, and failing to complete court-ordered community service hours, as well as a drug evaluation. This 41-year-old felon is 5'2", 140 pounds, and has several tattoos, including the names JoJo, Izzy, and Nas on her left arm, and the word survivor written on her right leg. Also trying to keep himself out of jail this week is a Fort Myers man who failed to show up at a court hearing after hanging out at a laundromat and snapping inappropriate photos of women. Jeremias Mendez was arrested after being caught red-handed in the perverted act. One victim said she was minding her own business and standing in front of a washing machine when she felt something at her feet. After looking down, she saw a strange man bent over and taking photos up her skirt. The man immediately started to run away, with the victim trailing behind. Fortunately, there were witnesses in the area who were able to detain Mendez until officers arrived to transport him to jail and charge him with video voyeurism. After his release, Mendez was supposed to show back up in court to explain his actions, but to date, he's been nowhere to be found. Mendez is 5'5", 140 pounds, and was last known to be living in the Tice area. And rounding out this week's list is a guy who used some funny money to scam a local resident out of his motorcycle. Marty Tanner has been on the run for the last 2 weeks after failing to show up in court following his arrest for grand theft auto and passing forged bills. The victim said Tanner responded to his Facebook ad to buy a motorcycle for $1,000. Tanner oddly asked to meet the victim in the middle of the night to make the trade-off, which he agreed. So at 1:30 in the morning, Tanner handed over the cash and the victim provided him with the title and keys. But when he got back home, the victim realized that the money was fake and even said on the bottom that it was for motion picture purposes. He immediately reached back out to Tanner, who said he'd repay him in the next week, but as the days came and went, Tanner never responded back and, to no surprise, never paid for the motorcycle with actual real money. After going dark for a few weeks, police finally located Tanner in North Fort Myers and charged him with grand theft auto and passing phony bills. He was released with the promise of showing back up for court, which he has since failed to do. Now he's forfeited his $10,000 bond and is a wanted felon. Tanner has 3 local priors coupled with additional jail time in Polk County. He's 5'4", 180 pounds with a tattoo of Mama on his left arm, Sheena on his right ankle, and Cracker written on his stomach. And upon his arrest, Marty Tanner will be held without bond in the Lee County Jail. And as always, if you recognize any of the fugitives we featured here today, you're asked to call the Crime Stoppers hotline. That number is 1-800-780-TIPS. All callers will remain anonymous and will be eligible for a cash reward of up to $3,000. You know, all these guys are repeat offenders. And they're living somewhere. We just need somebody to say, that's my neighbor.
Yep.
I know where this guy is.
Make a phone call.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Trish.
Thanks, guys.